Hey guys, it's Jen from Dramatic Evolution Studios. Bear with me, I've taken the phone off the tripod. I just want to talk to you for a minute about what we're going to be working on today and give you a little preview. This pretty lady is, let me see, I'm not really qualified to be my own camera woman. We are working on this. This is part of a 4-piece set that we've been making for our daughter, Gloria. So far I made the, I can't talk today. I'm gonna blame it on this one. I think I have the baby brain in full effect. But I made a twin bed frame and a nightstand. I don't really think I put the finished bed frame up on our page too much. But for those of you that follow us on Facebook or Instagram, I did do a nightstand that was part of this set that was pretty popular. So I thought you guys might be interested in seeing how I achieved the finish. So I'm not going to do the prep work in this video. However, if you are interested in how we prep our pieces, we are going to be giving a class and probably a workshop coming up at our new shop, which is in Spencerport, New York, the State Marketplace. It's right on West Ridge Road. I want to say it's about 8 miles down the road from the mall. So check us out there. We have left our beloved friends at the shops on West Ridge because we wanted to branch out with the Dixie Belle paint line. And unfortunately we couldn't do that there. So we are moved. We just moved our house as well. We have the baby on the way. I'm about 6 months pregnant, so we've been very busy. But we're going to try and get back on it and get our website updated and start doing a couple tutorials for you guys because people have asked us for some, and also so you can get ready for some of our paint classes coming up at the Estate Marketplace. So yeah, hopefully that made sense. So I am gonna go. I'm gonna take the hardware off, probably scuff it up a little bit and clean it really, really good because you can probably tell it's filthy. So, and I'm gonna wash my arm because I put my arm on it. And I'm gonna put the phone back in the tripod and we can get painting. All right, thanks guys. Hey guys, this is Jen from Dramatic Evolution Studios again. So I'm back. It's been prepped. It's been a couple days because we got busy as always, but we're ready to start painting. So I'm using a less than tripod, so I apologize for sort of a weird camera angle. I'm going to try and put a picture of the nightstand I did in so that you guys can see what I'm going for. I think I have about an hour or so to work on this today with you guys, but I figure I'll at least give you a start up and if you guys want to try and do this finish, I'd love to see if you want to post in the comments pictures of your own beautiful pieces, or if there's a cool finish that you've come up with that you'd like to share. Consider it an open forum. We're always happy to see what other creatives and artists are up to. So anyway, let's get to it because I get wordy and I don't have time. So, all right. So if I did edit in a picture of the other one, you'll know that we started out at the top with this beautiful peach color. So I'm going to just kind of base coat to get a little bit of that on. And now the first coat is really more about coverage than it is about technique, though I do like to, at least give a basis for what it's going to become. And then there will probably be a point where I'll have to let it dry and go from there to come back and really work on the blending. Any sort of blended pieces you really want to, dry time is important to allow yourself time to blend in. Now if I was doing this piece a solid color, I would do it with the drawers out, But for blending, you want it to be very cohesive. So you have to do it with the drawers in, or you won't get the look you're trying to achieve. Unless you're really, really good, maybe. But even then, I don't think so. So that's my take on blending. So, sorry for the tedious part here. I love these colors. I was never a pink girl as a kid, so orange is my favorite color. So to me, a nice apricot, peachy, wonderful color like this with a nice pink just elevates the pink to something a little bit cooler and a little less expected than just a plain pink dresser. Because although our daughter is a princess, she's a princess with style. So, let me see. Is it? Yeah. All right. So, just try to get base coat. Doesn't have to be beautiful. I try and paint down any of my excesses on the sides. Not so much for coverage, because I'll come back and I'll do that separately, but just so that I don't have buildup on the sides where it's ugly. Though if you do get a little buildup, you can always come back and sand lightly with the high grit. Maybe like a 250. I usually use whatever I have tidbits of around and I make it work, unless it's a 60 or something. You'll want to use that. That is meant to take off paint and finish. So, but something nice and light. If you have sandpaper, you could even make do with an old paper bag if you had one of those around, and you want to put some elbow grease into it. Sometimes art and painting is all about improvisation. So that's what we're doing here. Just getting some base color on. I'm going to start in with some darker pink in a minute here. And that's where it'll get fun. So I've been thinking about trying out some new brushes, though I like to do finer as well. So I am very much a fan, since I like to work with acrylics, and Dixie Bella's acrylic based. I'm a sucker for nice golden Taklon brush. So that's what I'm using right now. Though we just got in some new Dixie Belle paint brushes at the Estate Marketplace where our new shop is. And I'm kind of feeling like I have to try one. I hear amazing reviews. So Rich likes to try out new paint brushes. I am a creature of habit. And generally, if it ain't broke, I don't try and fix it. So, but you never know, I might find something I love so much more. This is a little slow for base coats, probably. If I used a bigger furniture, specific paintbrush, it might be awesome. So I think I'm about good with the peach color to start bringing in the pink. Can you guys see? Try and bend this down a little. I'm so sorry about this situation with the tripod. And I don't have a helper today to make it a better situation. So I am gonna start adding in the pink. See, my favorite is when the magic happens, when the colors come together. So I'm gonna just get the plain pink on. Now bring it up into the apricot color and try and make them harmonize. And if they don't harmonize, and this happens a lot, let it dry, come back, and go back to the blending, that's when your magic happens. If it's not harmonizing, they just aren't playing nice, let it dry and come back. I'm always rushing. I always have 20 things going on. So I tend to overwork the paint while it's wet sometimes. But I feel like I usually achieve harmony. You guys can be the judge of that. Let me know in the comments when I get done if you think it's a yay or a nay. I probably won't have time to get to the sides or the top on this video, but I just wanted to show you on the nice giant front beautifulness here how it will all work together. Now usually when I get done, I like to wipe back any paint that got on the ledges of the drawer, you know, where you open it up. But you don't have to. I am a little bit OCD, so that's generally something I like to do. So, you know, some of the white's coming through, but that's okay, because once it dries, I can come back and fill in areas where it needs it and rework the blends where that needs to happen. So the beautiful thing I love about both furniture and paint is that wood it's a beautiful medium. You can sand it back if you don't like something. Paint and wood, they're both really accommodating mediums. Because if you don't like it, you can paint over it. You can sand it. You can put a nail in it. You can putty up where things have, you know, not stood up well to time or abuse. They're very durable mediums and very forgiving. So that's what I love about them. Now, see, this is where I'm going to start making it fun here. And the other piece, well, both of them in the bed that I did and in the nightstand both, what am I trying to say? I'm so sorry. I swear pregnancy makes you sort of stupid. I just can't think. I have 900 things going on at all times, and I just can't keep track of everything. So, I don't know. It's gone. I'm sorry. Sometimes I get painting, I just can't multitask. But this is where it'll get fun, because this is where I'm going to start blending the colors. And blending is all about just finding what you see as being harmonious, trying to find the best combinations of both colors, and how to make them come together beautifully. I wanted this piece to look almost like, you ever see something that's like old, plastery, beautiful, almost marble-ish kind of, I don't know, it's hard to explain. Also, important to note is that most people would probably pour their paint into individual containers so as to not mix them. I rarely do that. Maybe if it's like pure white and it's a new container, but not even always then. I like to just go. I don't like to have to dabble around with washing out my brushes too much in between colors or, you know, whatever. I like to paint straight out of the container and straight into my brush. That's what I like. That makes sense. I'm not sure it did. I apologize if it did. So anyway, also important to note is that things go through ugly phases. It's part of the process. You know, finding the harmony, which, by the way, is so good for the soul. If you don't paint and you watch these videos, you know, which this is the first one I think it's the first one I've posted. But if you watch like the Turquoise Iris or Debbie's Design Diary or Pam Haskins or any of the people that do really great videos. What is in my paint? That's why I got paint them as soon as I get them prepped. If you leave them around, we have 4 kids and whatever, and they find stuff. But you know, the thing with painting furniture is or anything, painting a picture, doing any sort of creative process, art or sewing. I'm a seamstress as well, and I'll say that's also very good for the soul and good for the head. Keeps you out of trouble. Whether you just want to turn heirloom back into something that you want to pass down to your kids. You know, you've had grandma's old whatever in the attic and you want to bring it back to life, or if you want to make money doing this or whatever. It's even if you just do it as a hobby, it's so good for the head. It's good for the soul. Just find the harmony, especially for me, it's with blended pieces. That's really, I get bored easily. So, yeah, I like things that are interesting to me, and solid colors are generally not interesting. Whites and neutrals are not generally interesting to me. If you follow our work, you've probably figured out that we aren't really like white and gray furniture painters, which is cool. And if you are into white, you know, I probably saved some of your beautiful things off Pinterest, and that's beautiful too. It's just not where my soul happiness lies with painting. I like to do fun, interesting stuff that I get to play with color and texture, which that's what I'm doing here. I'm just trying to add a little texture and movement to it to really try and achieve that. I mean, I'm not trying to make it look like marble, but just sort of like a marbly, marble-esque. Something with a little creaminess to the texture of it. This is what I like. This is what I'm trying to achieve. So I try and work the paint when it's in the perfect phase of not too wet and not too dry. So that's what I'm doing here. But I gotta work quick because, for one, Richie's coming home. We have stuff to do. Richie, who's my partner at Dramatic Evolutions, my husband, for those that don't know. But so partially for that, but also because I gotta work it while it's still perfect amount wet and dry. So I like to make nice little variations of color for this technique. I like to find the darkness, almost to make it smoky, I guess might be a better way than saying marbly. In my mind it looks plastery, marbly. But probably smoke might be a better way of describing what I'm going for. Just to try and elevate that pink and make it still a girly color combination, but at the same time have a little more depth and a little more feeling to it. So this will definitely require a little drying and coming back to it. But I just wanted to give you guys an idea, a start of how I did this technique and one of the ways that I blend paint. There's a million different ways to blend paint, and depending on what you're going for, really the best way is just to experiment and see what you like and what works. And like I said, the great thing about paint is, you know, if you don't like it, paint right over it. With Dixie Belle, you can paint right over it and, you know, go from there. So that's the beautiful thing about that. If you don't like it, go away for a while, have a little coffee, take the kids to the park, but go back to it. And usually I find that on pieces when you do have to go away from them, once you go back, it's just comes together, I feel like, usually. I love that magic there. You just mix the two colors. And so there's a tiny little chip in the veneer on this, which if I was selling this piece, I probably would have fixed. I say probably, I definitely would have fixed it, just to be clear. And I will say, if you haven't tried it yet, Dixie Belle makes a great product for fixing little chips and veneer like that. Do you see that there? Just a tiny bit. Super subtle. If it was less subtle and not going in a child's room, a 4-year-old at that's room, I would fix it, but I'm not too worried about it for this piece. But if I was going to fix that, one way that I would go about that would be to use Dixie Belle's Dixie Mud, which is, I'm pretty sure it is mud. I'm not sure. I don't know. It's proprietary information, I'm sure. But with the mud, you would just take a little on your fingertip or, you know, like a spackling tool. Again, with the pregnancy, I can't think. But you would just put a little bit there and you would, you know, bring your hand down to just have it cover where you need it. Let it dry really good, paint right over it, no problem. So that is a fantastic product. You can also use that for raised stencils. I have actually never tried it. I'm excited to try it soon. I've done raised stencils back in the day with joint compound, which also works well, but is super intensive for sanding them and for waiting for them to dry. So I was wondering if the mud works better. I've seen some beautiful results on other video tutorials. So I'm excited to try that. If any of you guys have tried it, let me know. Post a picture. We'd love to see it. Yeah. So that is one of the many awesome things you can do with Dixie Mud. Raise stencils or patch up little bits of broken veneer. Two awesome things you can do with an awesome product, which we also have available, shameless plug, at the State Marketplace on West Ridge Road in Rochester, New York. Come in there, we got tons of paint and we have Dixie Mud. We have anything you might need to get your creativity going. My favorite thing is doing these very kind of organic sorts of paint blends. That is my favorite. That's what's fun to me. Keeps you out of trouble. The kids drive you a little nuts and you're getting a headache. You get a little bit of spare time. I say spare time, us moms never have spare time, do we? But see, I do this for a living, so I can say I have to work. So it's cheaper than therapy. But you know, if you can get the kids to go to the park for a little while or whatever, you get out your paint, you get going on a project like this. It's, you know, it can be lucrative. You make some money on it. You can fix up something and save yourself from having to go and buy a new, you know, new fancy piece. It's probably not as well made as some beautiful thing like this that you can find at the local thrift shop for much less than a big box kind of furniture store. And you know, it's just good in so many ways. It's good from a recycling standpoint. It's good for your head. That's what I love about it. And cheap. I would much rather bring something back to life than go buy something new that's probably going to be lesser quality. And, you know, make it my own. We have a style that's fairly unique. So, to us, you know, we can paint something. It's exactly what we want. We can make it the exact color we want. We can make it the exact style. And, you know, who wouldn't rather have custom? You know what I mean? So also, I am a little erratic. I'll paint a little here, I'll paint a little there, and that's how I do. So it would probably go better if I would keep my paint wetter and work in one area, but I kind of, it's like me in conversation, as you've noticed by this point in the video, I kind of wander off. I kind of start to say something, and I wander over here. So I apologize. Actually gonna finish up this video real soon, I think. I just wanted to give you an idea of how this front's gonna come out. And if any of you want to give this a shot, I would super love it if you sent me a picture. If you have any questions, we are always available on our Dramatic Evolution Studios page. Or if you want to call our new shop, the State Marketplace in Spencerport, New York, if you want to call them, they can always pass along questions or comments to us, and we will always get back to you. If you try it and you run into a speed bump and you need a little guidance, or if a product, you know, you had wasn't working for some reason and you wanted to troubleshoot it, you know, whatever you have going on, just give us a call and we will try to help you figure it out. And we kind of know what we're doing, so we can probably help you out. Yeah, so the beautiful thing about Dixie Belle is it's not just beautiful paint in a million different colors, really 64. But between that and between blending and mixing colors, there's just, it's endless possibilities, which I like, because as you can tell, I dig color. But the other great thing about Dixie Belle is we have really great top coats, and we have a lot of problem solvers, like the Dixie Mud. You know, we have primers, we have something if you're trying to do laminate or, you know, tough to work with surfaces. We have something to solve most problems that you're going to face with any project. So if you do end up getting into a project and something's not working out great and you're hit a tough patch, give us a call. We can tell you what product you need and how to use it, and you know, we'd love to help you out, so feel free. So just go to our Facebook page and stay connected with us on there. And I'm just trying to darken this up because it was very dark, like dark gold. I don't know if you remember. And these little in-between parts, and since I started the blending before laying a full-on base coat dry, and I am using such light colors. I do just need to add a little bit there. But, yeah. So just doing that a little bit. But yeah, it's coming along. I'm probably gonna have to let this dry and come back to it. But what I will do is post final pictures of it on our page when I get it done. Then you guys can come and see if I'm crazy or if you love it. You can tell me. It's all right. We make stuff that's a little different than the norm usually. So we are used to it not being everyone's style. Prior most common word of wisdom from fellow vendors, like we were at the shops in West Ridge for a while, and beautiful place, beautiful people, but one of the most common comments we had there from other vendors was, well, it's just going to take the right buyer. So if you do loud stuff, you've probably heard that too. That's something people like to say when it's a little bit left of center. So we are used to that. And we don't mind because we are weird. But if you want something super weird and awesome, where else are you gonna go? So, what do you guys think? Is it coming along? Sometimes I have to keep working and keep working. And then I step back and I either love it or hate it. It's usually I hate it and then I love it after. Sometimes with more work and sometimes by just letting it set a few days. So hopefully I'll love it. If not now, then in a couple days. By the time I'm ready to put a little clear coat on this, which Dixie Belle is self-sealing. But I am impatient, and because we just moved and my daughter's clothes are still not unpacked, I have been kind of taking them out as we go for her. I found like a little bag while I've been trying to get this dresser finished. But we moved our shop and our house all in the same week because we like to challenge ourselves, maybe. That's what I'm going to say. I'm not sure that's really the best answer, but that's what I'm going to go with for now. So since I am not going to let it cure for 30 days before I put it into a 4-year-old's room and let her hit it with Barbie dolls probably and bang into it with her scooter that she very much enjoys using in the house, and all of that, I am going to put a sealer on it. I'm going to use Dixie Belle's Satin Clear Coat, which is just the easiest top coat on earth to use. I swear I love it. Yeah, so I'm going to put that on when it's done. But hopefully I've come around to liking it by the time I get that far. In true artist form, I'm never really fully happy with something, but usually they grow on me. And I really like the nightstand I did that goes with this set, so hopefully it'll go really well, and I will like it as much as I like that. The beautiful thing about a nightstand is that it's very small, so once you get into the bigger blended pieces, it's harder to make it not be crazy and not become discordant. So it becomes a little more of an art form there. So we'll see how it goes. But hopefully I will like it. Hopefully you guys will like it. And if you get a chance to give this technique a try, do a similar type of blending, we'd love to see it. And we're always happy to see what you guys are up to. So feel free to drop us a line if you use Dixie Belle especially, and you create something amazing, or you create something and you have issues with it. Either way, we would love to cheer you on or give you advice, or help however we can. So, yeah, let us know. I think I'm gonna probably end it there. How's she look? Crazy. All right. And there's my 4-year-old there, so that's usually my time to go. But I will post some pictures and let you know how it turned out, and hopefully you guys will like it, and hopefully she will too. All right. Sorry about the shaky camera. All right, guys, thanks so much. Drop us a comment. Let me know what you think and what you're working on. All right, guys, have a great day. Bye.